you're thinking about moving to North Texas, these are the latest big developments everyone's talking about. It's from brand new communities to entire master plan. This area is exploding with opportunity and growth. Hi, I'm Phil Martin, and I've been helping people buy and sell and relocate to North Texas for well over a decade. And as a top producer and longtime resident, I'm excited to give you the inside scoop on the new communities and developments in the cities and neighborhoods north of Dallas, Texas. So let's start with one of the most talked about master plan communities in all of Texas, put together by the city of Frisco, Texas, who are the kings of master planned communities. It's called the Fields, Frisco, Texas. So it's 2,500 plus acres of just rolling rich landscape. Generally speaking, it's bound in the north by Highway 380 and in the south by Panther Creek Parkway, Teal Parkway to the west, and Preston Road way over on the east side. It's just a massive area. For years, it's been a private mystery owned by generations of the Fields family and kept as an expansive, quiet ranch. But now, this is public, and the landscape is stunning, from rolling plains to highest elevations for hundreds and hundreds of miles. There's a 200 feet difference between the top hills and the banks of the winding Panther Creek. And what the funny thing is until this was opened up to the public, you could drive by this area or around this area every day, which I did for decades, and never knew that these hills and this vegetation and this landscape was there. It's just a beautiful area. So here are the top 8 highlights of Fields. Number 1, PGA of America has located their corporate headquarters on PGA Headquarters Way. It's the name of the street in North Fields. And these impressive administrative and training facilities include 2 PGA flagship championship golf courses, where actually they're going to play the 2027 PGA championships there. It's a walkable lifestyle center for just having fun with the family, with the kids. It's just a great place to go. Or if you're going to play golf, it's probably a good place to go to. Frisco residents get up to a 50% discount on green fees. Terms and conditions apply, so check it out. But what a great perk if you're living in Frisco. You can just buzz over on your golf cart if you live near, play a round of golf, and buzz right home. And number 2, the PGA Omni Resort, located literally right next door to the PGA of America. And it is the flagship of this iconic hotel chain. It's a true resort and spa facility. I mean, you can lounge on this massive veranda overlooking the luscious greens of one of the fairways with a clear view to the inspiring, pretty darn impressive homes up on the hill in what we call the Preserve. Or you could actually go out and play a round or two on these world-class courses. And don't forget the spa aspects of the resort. It's just a world-class spa if you want to relax and take advantage of everything that's world-class in the spa world. This is the place to do it. And for extreme privacy or that very special occasion, you can stay in one of the secluded ranch house villas out on the property. Just extremely well appointed. They're just houses, basically, that you can go and stay in and be pampered by the staff and by the spa, concierge services. It's quite impressive. And number 3, Universal Studio for Kids Resort. It's located on Panther Creek in the Dallas North Tollway, and it's a 97-acre theme park featuring immersive zones based on DreamWorks and Illumination franchises like Shrek and the Minions, and it's opening in 2026. It's not a full-blown theme park like you might think about with, where it's just chaos nonstop, 24/7. It's really will have a focus on entertainment for kids 6 and under. And number 4, here's a great area of growth just across the street from the PGA headquarters between the PGA Parkway and 380 is a new area that's coming up out of the dirt as we speak called The Link. It's over 250,000 square feet of Class A office destination and retail, luxury, residential, entertainment, sports-focused wellness businesses, and it's connected to the PGA Omni by an overhead pedestrian promenade. And number 5, this is the one everybody's waiting for, Fields West. It's a 55-acre mixed-use urban village with luxury retail, dining, office, multifamily, and living will be spectacular. Femi Karahan, the world-renowned master developer, says Fields West will look a lot like his last project, the very well-known Legacy West in Plano, but it will be bigger by a third, anchored by iconic names like the Ritz-Carlton. It'll be a place to gather for fun, shopping, and dining. It's really designed to be very walkable. They're going to take and create a chain of lakes along the Panther Creek itself. It's just going to be incredible. And number 6, there is a huge Frisco park that's being renovated, and it's called Northwest Community Park. Now, it's located on the southwest corner of Fields, but guys, it's a 147-acre park that was mountain bike trails and really for biking. It's reopening in 2026, featuring miles of trails for walking, for running and biking, even advanced bike skill tracks and jumps for anything from beginners to advanced experts. There's looping trails, dog parks, toddler playground, splash pad, amphitheater, and so much more. And speaking of trails and bike trails, Fields itself is full of multi-use trails. Now, what they've done in driving out there, it's kind of amazing. You see these full-grown trees where, last week there were no trees, because that's the level of landscaping they're doing. There's these underground tunnels which go underneath the major roads. And it's all designed so you can hike or bike or whatever you're going to do on these trails, traversing north to south, east to west, all the way from Teal, all the way over to Preston, without ever crossing a major road. It's just going to be, like I said, just a whole area for doing outdoor things. And finally, we come to number 8. Housing. Brookside North is exclusive high-end builders like Highland and Shattuck and Toll Brothers already have completed, I believe, one of the phases. They're releasing new homes now. The price points range anywhere from $750 up to $3+ million, depending on the phase and the location. But imagine living in the Fields in the middle of all these different highlights that I've just mentioned. And if you really want to live at the top, literally, there is the Preserve on the Hilltop that I've been talking about. Now, the Hilltop is a bit different. It's luxury within luxury. It's a guarded and gated community. It's the highest elevation within hundreds of miles, overlooking these incredible views overlooking the PGA courses, and views that are just simply stunning in all directions. And there are lots running from 1/3 of an acre up to an acre, where lot prices, guys, just for the dirt, $600,000 up to $2+ million, anywhere from below half an acre to an acre. And only the finest custom builders are available to build on these lots to the highest architectural standard. Many homes have already been started there. There are builders like Bella Homes, Coates, Faulkner and Perrin, Sharif Munir, and there's about 8 other builders that are very exclusive and have access to building in the Preserve. But they get there fast because the lots of the Preserve are being claimed faster than you would think. Been up there a number of different times looking at different lots. There's still lots close to an acre that are available, and everything is designed to where once you're in this guarded, gated community, you still have access to all the trails that will lead you all over Fields. And the views of Fields West at night are going to be stunning, to say the least. Everybody's anticipating, especially Fields West. Frisco has really knocked it out of the park with this one. It's going to be a fun destination once it's built. It's not like we don't already have enough fun destinations in close proximity, but this one is going to be something special. And if you think Frisco's booming, wait until you see what's happening just 15 minutes east of Fields along Highway 380 in McKinney, Texas. This new master plan community called Painted Tree is a beautiful master plan community that is unique in that it leverages the natural terrain to create 3 distinctly different living experiences while still being in one single community. Located between 380 to the south, Bloomdale Road to the north, Hardin to the east, and Lake Forest Road to the west, recent development of Wilmot and Bloomdale roads offer easy, quick access to US 75, where before the only option was the potentially congested US 380. So since these roads have opened up, it's really enhanced the access to Painted Tree. Additionally, convenience is enhanced by the presence of Baylor Scott White, a major hospital, and Costco and other major retailers just outside the front door of the Painted Tree community. Painted Tree is a massive 1,100-acre nature-centric development built around miles of hike and bike trails and the 3 distinct landscape types across the 1,100 acres. The 3 distinct landscapes serve as the canvas for 3 unique districts of living. First is in the middle is the Lakeside District. Obviously, there's a big lake in this particular district. And now on the east is the Village District. This is just plain, simple rolling hills. And on the northwest, this is the Woodland District, which is accentuated by lots and lots of trees. And each district is designed to accentuate the character of the land, and it's linked by trails and bike paths and unique destinations within the community. It's really kind of cool. It reminds you of kind of like a national park you might have gone to with the signs and the trails and through the woods, along the water, to the parks, the pools, and places that you'll gather at Painted Tree, like the Village Trailhead, which has a playground, a pavilion, a pool, and more Lakeside Trailhead overlooking the lake with a pool and what they call comfort lounges. And there's a cool place that they've built called the Outpost. It's a meetup destination inspired in design and purpose by national park venues. And it's there for hosting concerts and parties, just the whole entire community, all three districts coming together for different parties and events on the covered porch. And there's a lookout tower where you can climb up to the top and enjoy treetop sunsets. And there are multiple builders offering a range of home styles and lots. Builders included are like Highland Homes, Drees, Southgate, David Weekley, and more, offering a range of home styles from the 400s to the 1 million plus. There's an on-site elementary school that's planned, and it's in the McKinney ISD in terms of the school zone. It's perfect for families, young professionals, remote workers, craving walkability, green space, and a more laid-back lifestyle. Homes are available now, and there's plenty more expansion in Painted Tree going forward. And this next community is not just new, it's redefining master plan communities and what it means to live in North Texas. And we're talking about Mosaic in Salina, Texas. It's a next level community that everybody's watching. I mean, everybody's heard of Windsong Ranch, but it's sold out. It's pretty much done for new construction, and prices have skyrocketed because it is such a special place. But Mosaic is developed by the same genius developer, Craig Martin, who designed and developed Windsong Ranch. He says Mosaic will be even better. It's situated in Salina, just north of Prosper and Frisco, and the location benefits from ongoing infrastructure upgrades in the area, which is beginning to ease traffic, which we'll talk about a little bit later in this video, to 380 and the North Dallas Tollway. Situated in Salina, Texas, just north of Prosper, it's actually located just north of Parvin Road, which is the north end of Windsong Ranch, and it's bound on the east by Teal Parkway and on the west by Legacy. Now, Mosaic is just bursting onto the scene with its epic amenity center. Guys, it's featuring a huge pool complex and a lazy river. When I say a lazy river, this thing is massive. You can just float all afternoon on the lazy river within the pool complex, and there's large lakes with fishing piers, long piers, numerous indoor and outdoor social gathering areas, a unique creative play structures for the kids, and a fitness center, and miles of hike and bike trails. With every home site in the community, when it's built, will be within 5 minutes walk to either a greenway or a park. They're putting up a treehouse that's just massive in Mosaic. It's featuring an elevated observation platforms for looking out at different wildlife and fauna. It's just gonna kind of be an educational center as well. And while Windsong is nearly built out, Mosaic is just getting started. And that means that there's better pricing, more inventory, and early access for buyers. And Mosaic has a strong mix of quality builders offering a variety of homes on a variety of different size lots, priced from down in the 400s to the $1+ million, of course. And the amenities will be opened late summer 2025, but the initial phase of home building is well underway, and you can't miss the entrance to Mosaic. It's this massive monolithic monument that lights up with LEDs at night. Can be seen from 380 even. It is quite impressive. But even a community like Mosaic just wouldn't make sense these days without one key factor. And it's an important one. Let's talk about infrastructure, tollways, roads, traffic, and how it's fueling everything north of 380. Growth is followed primarily along the established north-south corridors here north of Dallas, Texas. And there's two major arteries, US 75 and on the east, and the Dallas North Tollway on the west. Now, although 75 is a state highway, over the past 20 years, it's been upgraded numerous times to interstate standards. It's got 3 lanes, 4 lanes in some areas, and it goes to McKinney. That level of quality goes to McKinney and beyond. And this expansion has made travel to the major job centers in Plano and Frisco absolutely possible, and it's fueled massive housing growth along 75. But the Dallas North Tollway, we call it the DNT, runs directly through the heart of multiple corporate economic centers, all the corporations and all the fun stuff in Frisco that we've been talking about in Frisco and Plano. It runs right up through the middle of all of that. It makes that area along the DNT some of the most sought after housing communities because they're close to that art, and because of that, we've had explosive growth in the last 20 years along the DNT. And we've had a number of expansions of the Dallas North Tollway in that time. And now we're starting on the next expansion. We're going to add 6 more miles through Prosper and Salina, which is north of 380. But guys, that's going to open up thousands of acres for even more aggressive growth. And that's going to begin in spring 2025. There are other key north-south roads, which has made expansion north possible. But one of the things that's kind of been an irritant and has held us back a little bit of expansion north of 380 has kind of lagged because the lack of infrastructure of east-west connectors to these two major arteries and other north-south major commuter lanes. North-south commuter lanes like Legacy Drive and Coit Road and Custer and FM 1385. FM is Farm to Market Road 1385. It's not a farm anymore, pretty much. But these are north-south arteries which in the last couple of years have actually been expanded north of 380. One of the limiting factors to developing complementary east-west connectors has been engineering across a lot of creeks and a river. But these engineering efforts have really come into full swing recently, and it's really going to help explode and facilitate the growth north of 380. But the first east-west connector that came into being that really spurred on the growth was south of 380, the Panther Creek Parkway, which is the south border of Fields. And that is being wide a 6-lane thoroughfare in some areas, connecting major developments like the Fields, the PGA, Frisco, and beyond. It's scheduled for completion in 2025. And if we go north of 380, we have roads like Parvin, Punk Carter Parkway, the West Outer Loop, Wilmeth and Bloomdale. Oh, Wilmeth and Bloomdale. Those have really expedited travel from some hard to get to and get from places over to 75. So we have massive growth through there, kind of like Painted Tree. Wilmeth and Bloomdale coming into existence really is what made Painted Tree become possible, and you can see it exploding. Upgrade on First Street, just north of 380, running through Prosper, and it turns into a Fish Trap, just running right through Windsong Ranch. That upgrade made a lot more growth possible. So we're really coming into our own just along the 380 corridor and just north of the 380 corridor with new east-west connectors connecting these north-south of the main arteries and the secondary arteries. It's really coming into its own. And speaking of price and housing demand, there's just a lot of communities that have come up. Some have been around for some time, some are just brand new, some are not well known, and some are even underrated. So let's just tap on a few of those. One is the Grove, Frisco. It's tucked between Highway 121 and Main Street in southeast Frisco, and the Grove is a high-end, walkable master plan community with mature trees and boutique charm. I love the Grove. The amenities include a modern clubhouse, 2 resort-style pools, a state-of-the-art fitness center, miles of trails. There's the Orchard House Cafe, and builders include Highland, Southgate, American Legend, and prices starting in the 700s. But it's a great option for move-up buyers who want access to Frisco ISD. I mean, the location of this, it's right off of 121. It's just a great location to shopping, dining, the tollway, 75, you name it. The taxes are really reasonable at Grove, Frisco, and it's just a great community. The second one is Trinity Falls. Trinity Falls has been around for a while, but it's just, many people haven't actually been. They've heard of it, but they haven't been there. It's a 2,000-acre master plan community along the East Fork of the Trinity River, focused on natural beauty and outdoor living. This place is gorgeous. When you get out there, you forget you're even near a city. There's mature trees, walking trails, just a serene and beautiful environment. It offers miles of trails, lakes, parks. There's an on-site elementary school, large amenity centers. There's a fitness center. Some consider it off the beaten path with a limited choice of how to get there or get out. That's been one of the limiting factors. But just recently, they've finished the critical east-west connector back to the hose, right? Crossing the Trinity River itself to get from the community to 75. And this road is not even 3/4 of a mile long, but it's taken a while to get that bridge across the Trinity. And I mean, it is sweet. You can get in and out of Trinity Falls very fast. And it pops out in Melissa, Texas, onto 75, right at Buc-ee's truck stop. And if you don't know what Buc-ee's is, Google it. It may be part of your decision to look at Trinity Falls. It's a Texas icon and has builders like Perry, Highland Homes, Drees Homes, and some of the home types and lots range from the 400s to the 700s and beyond. You can get single-family homes, townhomes, but again, it's just a beautiful, visually, community with the rolling hills and the mature trees. But it's just a massive place. So much so that there's also an over 55 Del Webb community within the Trinity Falls community. And it's just, the whole place is ideal for families wanting McKinney schools and a slightly quieter, nature-rich environment just outside the city core. It has full-time event planners and a community that lives and celebrates together. And finally, let's talk about one of my favorites, Sambrock Ranch in Aubrey, Texas. Now, if you look up Aubrey, Texas on a map, you'll think I'm crazy because it's way out there. But Sambrock Ranch is actually on the far eastern edge, almost 8 miles away from that downtown Aubrey, Texas. But where it is just a few minutes north and east of Winsong Ranch. As a matter of fact, it's just 8 minutes to the H-E-B and Marketplace right outside the front door of the Winsong Ranch community. And if you want to pinpoint it, it's 3.8 miles north of 380 off of FM 1385. Remember that farm to market road. And at this moment, communities are a little ahead of the infrastructure along 1385, but major expansion of 1385 is planned to start in 2026, which will significantly ease congestion. Now, at the Sambrock Ranch is at the corner of where the cities of Salina, Prosper, Aubrey, and Little Elm all come together. And so it kind of has the best of all the services, has low crime, high police presence, and they just finished a major installation of a huge fire station across from the entrance of Sambrock Ranch. And in addition to that, just up the road from the entrance is FM Farm to Market 421, another road that if you hop on that, you can be over to the Dallas North Tollway probably within 9 or 10 minutes and zoom down south. So it's another way to get around that traffic on 380. But again, in the next year or two, when they finish up the expansion of 1385, it's just going to really skyrocket the value and the development. The Sambrock Ranch has been around for some time as well, but it's a fast-growing, family-friendly community with a small-town feel. It's the only community I know of that was also developed and the rules were established by one of the builders, which is highly unusual. And the builder that did this is the iconic Highland Homes. And there's a story here on how this land came about and how it was developed. Ask me later. It's an incredible story, but it's really known for its beauty and its rolling just topography and landscape, tons and tons of green space, and the winding roads that curve. And it's just a beautiful community. And it has, I believe, great long-term value. That's why my eye is on Sambrock Ranch. Features private lakes, tons of greenbelt space, as I said, upscale amenity center. It's just a beautiful fitness center, resort-style pool, splash pads, dog parks, one for small dogs, one for big dogs, $300,000 treehouse for the kids, lifestyle director on staff full-time with stated community values that are on the wall in the amenity center. It's something to see. I mean, it's zoned for Denton ISD, which is coming along. It has its own on-site elementary school, and now it's funneling to the new Cheeks Middle School. Homes start in the 400s and go all the way to the 900s plus, depending on the floor plan and the builder. And of course, the three builders are all privately held, as was determined by Highland when they developed this. And of course, Highland Homes is one of the private builders, along with Coventry and David Weekley. There are several phases in active build out right now and other phases coming on board for the future. There's quick move-in options and are often available in Sandbrook Ranch. And because of the quality of the builders and the quality of the development itself, and the fact that there are no investors can buy homes, many communities will invite investors in. And it kind of, if you get too many investors and too many rental homes in a brand new community, it'll denigrate the value of why you spent all your money to get your own home. But in Sandbrook Ranch, they've gone around this, right? You cannot have investors buying a home. Unless you're going to live there, you cannot buy the home. Now, if you live there, can you rent the home out later if you move? Yes, but only to a blood relative. And they're very serious about that because they want to hold and accentuate the value of Sandbrook Ranch over time. And when the infrastructure catches up in about 1 or 2 years, promise, in my opinion, it'll be bank, as they say, if you're living and own a home in Sandbrook Ranch. So, guys, whether you're planning to move or just want to stay ahead of the curve, here's the big takeaway. From Frisco to McKinney to Prosper and beyond, North Texas, guys, it's evolving fast. And if you know where to look, it's a gold mine for your future home. If you're thinking about moving to the area and it's time to start exploring your possibilities, and an expert guidance would help give you the clarity you need to make the important decisions as you go, I can help. So just reach out, call, text, email, or click below to put yourself on my schedule for a Zoom call. But however you do it, just do it. Let's talk about you and your needs. And join me next time where we're going to talk about some of the top new communities that are coming on the scene that you're absolutely not going to want to miss for affordability. And this is Phil Martin, and I'm here to help you move with confidence.